Hello, everyone. My name is Edward Amakun, and at this moment, I welcome you to my YouTube channel. Yeah. All right, everyone. My name is Edward Amaku, and I welcome all of you to
Alright, everyone. My name
my
is
YouTube channel.
Edward Amaku, and
So,
I welcome all of you.
in today's
Alright,
section,
everyone. My
we'll
name
be
is
looking at
Edward Amaku.
the
So,
fundamentals of graphic designing. That is a complete guide or a complete beginner's guide to graphic designing. And so, the basis of you becoming a graphic designer solely entires on this particular foundation. And so you have to get your basis right if you want to be a designer. And it is very, very important. Okay. You can't you can't become a graphic designer without you understanding these basics. And it is very important for you to note this. I am so much glad and happy to share knowledge and my journey with you. Most people call themselves designers. Yes, there are a lot of graphic designers in the system. Nowadays, because of AI, you can just have your prompt, put it into AI, and AI will generate the flyer for you. And is that who a graphic designer is? Or can we call that person a graphic designer? Okay, so I'm here to walk you through the journey, understanding the concept of designing. Not only just you designing using the AI or using Photoshop or Canva, but rather understanding the concept, the foundations. Know what you are doing. Okay. And by the close of this lesson, I'll walk you through. So let me show you my slide. Okay. So we are talking about foundations of graphic design. Okay, and basically I'll be talking about this this particular book, small book on graphic design, essential guide for graphic design foundations. Please, if you can hear me, just drop your comments in the comment section. Write it in the comment section so that I will know that you are following. I want the class to be interactive, not only me coming to lecture, but we can also talk. All right. So let's start with the first slide, which is the beginner's guide to graphic design. Just as I said, that everybody want to be different and stand out, okay, and stand out from the crowd. There are a lot of graphic designers in the system. Yes, I am telling you the gospel truth. There are a lot of graphic designers in the system. There are many, a lot of them. But it is in my capacity today to share with you what makes someone different from the others. Okay, how would one see you to be different? What is so unique that you have that everybody want to bring their work for you to design for them? Okay, so the need for graphic design has increased ever since brands, companies, and small businesses and the likes saw the need for them to to compete. Now, for a company to stand out in the online space, you need to be different, and you will need a graphic designer to market your brand for you, and that is what we are learning today. So, in other words, or let me say in the simple terms, graphic design simply means the art of communicating, okay, with the use of design elements such as lines, texture, shapes, form, and so on, with a proper understanding and application of principles of design. Okay, so the main concept is for you to understand how to implement the elements of design. Most of the graphic designers in the system they don't understand what it means to be called element of design. And if you call yourself a designer and you don't understand what is element of design, what does it mean to be, or what does it mean to be applying the principles of design in your work, it means that you are not a graphic designer. Okay, so first of all, know what the graphic designing is all about. So if you call yourself a designer, you are to communicate through your design to the people outside. When somebody sees your work, the person should be able to grab what the information or what you are trying to communicate or what you are trying to share to the public. And that is the main, you know, reason for being you called a designer. Do you understand? All right. So graphic design has taken a lot of shapes over the years. So to better understand the importance of graphic design, let us take a walk through down the lane, which I will not talk about the history of graphic design. But first of all, let's talk about the elements of design. When we say elements of design, what does it mean? Okay, what does it mean? You can share your opinion in the comment section. Now, when you talk of elements of design, we are talking about the things that you will need to do your work. For example, if you are a contractor, or you are a teacher, or you are a driver, or you are a repairer, I don't think a contractor will go to the site or a farmer will go to the farm without having a cutlass or tools. Are you getting it? So if you call yourself a contractor, you should be able to have materials that you are going to use to do your work. Same as a graphic designer. As a graphic designer, you need to have tools, you need to have elements, you need to have certain things that you are going to use to do your work. Are you getting it? For example, you are going to use lines, shapes, colors, text, okay, typography, which is the same as text. All these come together to call what to be called elements of design. So, elements of design simply means that the things that is going to help you to design your work. So, design element play a role in your designs. Okay, it forms the framework of your work. Without them, you can't do your work. So design elements like tools, they are like tools in your hands, okay, to do your work. Now let's talk about some of the example. For example, a line. You can never do a particular design without a line. Okay, so let me show you a design and then let's pinpoint some of the elements of design. Okay, all right, so that you understand what I'm talking about. Now take a look at this particular work. This is so beautiful. So if you take a look at the first one, okay, the grace effect, you will see lines in there, you see colors, you see typography, you see the texture. All right, the independence, happy Independence Day, you see lines in there, you see the typography, you see the colors, same as the Ash Wednesday, you see the shapes. So all the elements or the things that you see on the flyer are what we call the elements of design. You get it? Now, let's now move on to how then do I use this element of design to do my work? Okay, how then do I have to use my element of design to do my work? Okay, now this will take us to what we call the elements, the principles of designs. So let's talk about that one. Okay, so we have shape, we have form, we have colors, we have texture, we have space, and typography. You get it? Now let's talk about the principles of design. Now I want us to read what is here, and it is very, very important. It says that the beauty or beauty they say is in the eyes of what? A beholder. But that doesn't call for lack of structure or task for excellence. In design, there are rules, procedures, and formulas. So graphic design principles are those rules we apply using the elements of design to create a beautiful masterpiece. So your lines, your texture, the typography, all the elements of design that we listed. For you to be able to use them, you need to follow these rules. And these rules are very, very important. Without them, count yourself out. You will not be able to come out with a beautiful design. Okay, so please make sure that you follow the principles of design very well. And the reason why I am doing all this is I want you to get the understanding of the foundation. Once you know the foundation very well, when we get to a certain point in our design journey, you will understand why it was important for us to talk about the elements and principles of designs. Because when I see people's work or people's design, you can just tell that this person doesn't understand all the principles of design. The person just doesn't know what he or she is doing. You can see that there is nothing like the person is not even following the rules. Okay, now if you take a look at this particular design, just take a look at it. These three designs, you can even tell that it's so beautiful and nice. And that is what I am called the person is able to use or the person understand the principles of design very well. Okay, now let's talk about the principles of design. Now, the first principles of design that I will talk about is, let me talk about this one, alignment. Let me start with alignment. Now, we'll talk about alignment tomorrow, God willing. I'll post a video tomorrow, and then we will understand the alignment very well. Alignment simply means, let me make it bolder. It simply means placing visual elements so that they line up in a position properly and in the best way possible is called alignment. Okay, so let's take a look at this particular design. If you take a look at the first one, look at the arrangement of the image. You can tell that the way they have even arranged their names, the images, how they have arranged the pictures, the text, and everything is aligned. You don't see the pictures dispersed throughout the design. Okay, it makes even reading very simple. And then take a look at the second one as well. Happy Independence Day. Look at where the text is, and then look at where the boy is holding the Ghana flag. You could see that it is aligned with the text. All right, you can see the background. Everything is even up. It is speaking. You love it when as soon as you see the design, it grabs your attention. And then the second one as well, the Ash Wednesday theme through fasting. It is aligned with the church name, it is aligning with the date and then the venue. So when we move on as we are going, as we start practicals, you will understand and know why I said alignment is important. All right. So let's move on to the next point, which is hierarchy. Now, hierarchy is used to make an element more important than others in designs. So, if you are designing a church flyer or you are designing a flyer, always there is one particular thing that must stand out from all other details on the flyer. So let me go back to our design again. Take a look at the first one, the grace effect. You can tell for a fact that the emphasis of this particular design, that is the grace effect design, it is on the grace effect. Okay, and you could see that the images stands out. So over here, the hierarchy is the images, because when I set my eyes on such a flyer like this, it is the grace, that is the host. You see that the host is bigger than any other image or any other person on the flyer, and that is the person that we are emphasizing on. Okay, so she stands out from all other person on the flyer. Now, the Independence Day, you will see that the Independence Day is bigger than any other text on the flyer, same as the Ash Wednesday. Okay, and that is what we call by um, hierarchy. So hierarchy simply means making an element more important than others. Okay, it shows the order of importance of designs. Okay, so please you can drop your questions. All right. So I can see, let me show some of the questions. Bernard is saying, I am following say. So thank you so much. For Kenneth saying, I am. Okay. Emmanuel is saying, I am learning something new. Great here today. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for following. Please say your slide is not clear. All right, so please, sorry, I will share the slide on the platform for us to have a look at it. Okay. All right, thank you. Let's move on to another simplicity. So let me talk about simplicity. I am a type of person that I love simple designs a lot. Always I tell my students that they should go for simple designs. You don't need to design just to please your client too much. Just be yourself, and I bet you are going to come out so beautifully. You get it. So simple is always beautiful. Simplicity is the discipline of minimizing, refining, or editing back a design. So if you make your work so simple for yourself, designing or coming back to edit it is just so easy for you. And that is one thing that I want you to note. Okay, so simplicity is very, very important. Now, one principle of design is function. Function is the consideration of the main objective for the piece of graphic work. So anytime you are designing a flyer, you just have to be asking yourself what this flyer is for. You have to know the purpose of the flyer. Okay, and I bet you are going to deliver. Always have in mind, know what you are designing. You don't just have to start jumping on and then later you figure out what you are doing. No. Okay, so in this particular 30 days graphic design, we are going to learn a whole lot. And as time goes on, we'll be learning a whole lot of things. So all that I'll be explaining, you'll be able to understand and then get to know them very well. Okay. All right. Now, I want to also show you this. You see, so now we know what a graphic design is. We know the key elements of design. We now understand the principles of designs. Okay. Now, I want you to also note that With the essential tools that we'll be using for this class, we'll be using Photoshop and then Canva. Photoshop is for computers or laptops users. So if you don't have a laptop, please use the Canva version. The Canva one is on phone. I have posted the video on how you can download and install it on your phone on the page. But those of us who have laptops, please make sure that you download and install the Photoshop on your PC. And you are going to learn a lot. Okay. And also, I'll be sharing some books on the platform with us so that we can read. I know that all of us on this platform are in a hurry, and it is our prayers that um, by the end of this 30 days we will all become a graphic designer. Yes, it all depends on us for us to learn and learn very well. Okay, so I just want us to understand and have the mindset of a successful designer. Being a graphic designer is not easy. It is not easy. You just have to fix your mind and know what you are doing. Okay. And I know that you are expecting a lot in this particular free design class. Okay. So I will end here so that God willing, tomorrow I will share a video on the platform on how to understand Photoshop, know the interface of Photoshop, how Photoshop looks like, and then we are good to go. Okay, so if there is no other question, I will end here and then we will continue on the platform. So I will share this particular slide. Okay, this particular book, the types of graphic designers, we have visual identity graphic design, marketing and advertising graphic design, user interface, um, public publication graphic designer, packaging graphic designer. I have a video of this particular types of graphic designers. I have a full video that I have done. So in this particular live section, I'm just here to just have interaction with you, just to let you know that this is a class that you need to take it seriously. Please, I've said it on the platform that you are not supposed to pay money to anybody. Okay. If anybody DMs you asking you to pay anything, please do not. But if you want to sponsor, okay, if you want to help, if you want to support what I'm doing, yes, you can DM. We have only two admins on the platform. So DM any of the two admins, okay, and then we'll take it from there. All right. So thank you so much. And then let me see you tomorrow for our next video. Bye.